Hey guys, this is Matt Brune, creator of Animation Lookback and Animax Reviews, and welcome back to another big, beautiful round of updates. Well, technically, in this one, I'm not necessarily going to be making any big updates in terms of, like, announcements for stuff that you guys don't know about. These are already things that I've already mentioned before, but I will be pretty much explaining them in detail in here. However, like, again, there might be some other videos. I've already talked about this, but this is pretty much going to be like an entire section of just reminders. And the first one that I want to talk about, and this is pretty much the big thing about this update vlog, is about the fact that I've already mentioned I am going to be going to ConBravo. Now, if you guys don't know, ConBravo is a big convention in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, that is pretty much an entire celebration of pop culture, of geekdom, and even even a celebration of YouTube. And they have actually invited me to be a guest in there. So this is going to be the first time ever that I'm going to be a special guest at a convention. Pretty much what's going to be happening is that I will be there to be in panels, I'll be there just to hang around, I will be there for autographs as well, so mostly I'm just going to be there as the special guest and doing guest things at the convention. So if you guys want to have a bit more info, all you have to do is go to conbravo.com, and if you guys are interested to come to ConBravo, just remember it's going to be at the Sheraton Hotel at Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, going from July 28th to July 31st. And maybe I will go see you guys live there. You never know. Like, this is actually a perfect opportunity to go and meet up with me. So if you guys want to have that perfect opportunity, you can go check it out right there. Like, I even made an entire video announcement on it, so you can also check that out too. But mostly, if you really want to get more info, like, not just like about how to get there, but also who else is going to be there in terms of special guest stars, because there are plenty of them. And even in the announcement video that I've done, I've already mentioned like plenty of them. There's going to be Linkara, there's going to be the voice of Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, there's going to be the voice of Link and Zelda from the Legend of Zelda animated series, there's going to be plenty of other reviewers, there's also going to be gamers like the Runaway guys, I think Super Best Friends Play will also be there, there's going to be Chad and Brett, I believe, or yeah, Chad and Brad, or Ben, Chad and Ben from Screw Attack. I'm sorry, Ben, if I screwed up your name, but you get the idea. There's going to be plenty of special guest stars, and yeah, overall, just go to conbravo.com if you guys want to get more info. Okay, so with that said and done, there is another pretty much like an update that I want to talk to you guys about, and it's pretty much going to be about the long-awaited series that you guys have been waiting for, and it is regarding Animation Lookback Looney Tunes. Now for here, I'm pretty much going to go and explain to you guys a little bit of what's going to be going on with the series, like what's going to be going on in there, and pretty much a bit more info, because at this point in time right now, or at the very least, like as you're watching this, I would be almost done, or I would actually be finished writing Animation Lookback Looney Tunes. So I'm pretty much up to that point right now, and for the remainder of my time, I'm just going to be, you know, prepping up to go to ConBravo and stuff like that. Like once I'm completely done with writing, I'm gonna wait until I return from ConBravo, so that like I can get back to work and like I can let the process continue to like have it in full fruition. But anyways, for those of you wondering what is going to be with Animation Lookback Looney Tunes, like what is it going to be about, like how am I going to format this? Well, the best way to actually describe it is that with Animation Lookback Looney Tunes, this is not going to be like your regular Animation Lookback. In a way, this is going to be like a spiritual successor to the Epic Mickey Files, where in each video, I'm going to be talking about an individual character. So I'm not going to be grouping some of them together and make like a part 1, part 2, part 3. Instead, I'm going to be like, I'm going to take a character and I'm going to put them in their own like I'm going to put them in their own video. So you're going to have like the history of Foghorn Leghorn, the history of Elmer Fudd, the history of Porky Pig. So it's pretty much going to be in that order, and you guys will be going to get it once a week. And so far, in terms of the amount that I have, I'm guessing there's going to be like around 20 episodes in total, like with every single one, like from the very beginning all the way down to the very end, like with the honorable mention and the conclusion and stuff like that. And I just want to mention this right now, that the biggest part of them all is actually going to be the first part. That's going to be the big video. That's going to be the, like, probably the biggest and most important animation look back Looney Tunes of them all is going to be the first one. And then going downhill, I'm not going to say going downhill from there, because that would usually mean it's a bad thing, but like afterwards is going to be like smaller videos just about the characters individually. So in terms of the release date, and that's probably the one that you guys are hoping for, is the release date. When is it going to be released? With the time that I do have, like, simultaneously working on that while also working on other videos at the same time, I can imagine that it's going to have a release date somewhere around either in September or October. So that's pretty much my best guess on what's going to be happening. And like starting from there, that's when I'm going to be doing the continuous line of like animation look back Looney Tunes, where you guys are actually going to be getting it weekly. So there is going to be that, and just keep an eye out. But for now, I'm just pretty much finishing up on the script itself, making sure that it's perfect. Everything, like all the facts are accurate. It's all good. So I'm pretty much polishing things up as you are watching this, or maybe I'm like fully done, but we'll wait and see. So I would say either coming September or October is going to be Animation Look Back Looney Tunes. Alright, so now the next thing that I would like to talk about, and this is something that like I have often talked about in here, is actually regarding the animation podcast. Now, if you guys don't know, I am on another website called filmbook.com, and in there I would not only would I do I would release my reviews in there, but simultaneously I would do some Filmbook exclusive shows, including the animation podcast and movie news weekly. But in here, I'm going to be talking about specifically the animation podcast. Why? Well, that is actually because for the animation podcast, I am happy to announce that finally we are able to now post like the entire version on YouTube, but it's going to be on their YouTube channel. So it like, I know that there are plenty of other there are other services that you can also check it out. Like, rather it be, like, you can listen to it on iTunes, you can listen to it on Android, and you can listen to it on the website filmbook.com itself. But if you're more interested to just, like, have an easy access through here and just listen it on YouTube, then you can go check it out on the YouTube channel there. But at the same time, you may be noticing that I'm doing a new schedule, that now every Sunday what I do is I post highlights, where one of the stories that I talk about, I post them on my YouTube channel, and you know, I just I only post up like that little part of the podcast, and just to give you guys a little bit of a preview every week. So far things have been going so great, and I've only been starting on it, and it really had a lot of people talking. Like, so far the only parts that I've released were just like Sony Pictures Animation's plans for 2017 and 2018. There is a second one, but I kind of forgot what it is for a moment. It'll get back to me eventually. I know that there is one of them that is highly controversial, is regarding my thoughts on Donald Trump overall, and that moment when he used the Star of David as an excuse, like he used Frozen as an excuse for his use of the Star of David. And then there was recently one that I did put up, is regarding the brand new record of animation, where apparently it's been 5 weeks in a row. This has never happened before, where 5 weeks in a row animation was #1 at the box office. 3 weeks that belonged to Finding Dory, and 2 weeks that belonged to The Secret Life of Pets. Hold on a sec. Actually, I just want to double check. It's been bothering me for some reason. I just need to know, like, what was the second one that I posted? I know there's another one. Hold on, let me just double check. Oh, yes! Okay, now I remember. Yeah, and the second one that I posted for the highlights is actually because of Disney VHSs and, like, the entire stupid scam that's been going on eBay where you have to, like, where apparently it costs, like thousands of dollars for no apparent reason. So I pretty much posted the highlights, and yes, this is going to be happening every Sunday just to give you guys a little bit of a taste. But if you guys want to get the full version, then you have to go to their YouTube channel, you have to go on iTunes, you got to go on the website, you have to go on Android. So this is just mentioning like where you could pretty much get the full version of the animation podcast. And that if you're just gonna, like, if you just want to stay on my channel and you just want to get a little bit of a taste every week, that's fine too. But, like, if you want to get, like, all of the animation podcasts and everything that I talk about in the week's news of animation, then just go check it out right there. So that's just a little mention on that. And one more thing I would like to do on this update is that I want to give a special shout out to a little show that I actually appeared in, and I just had an absolute blast. It is called the Jody and Scott Show. They actually invited me to be a special guest, and what the Jody and Scott Show is that these are just two guys that are pretty much talking about the news, and they just have an entire blast doing so. Like, these are just two crazy guys talking about what's going on in the world, especially in pop culture, especially the thing is that they are actually a radio show in Orlando, Florida. So of course they're going to be talking about stuff like Disney and Universal and what's pretty much been going on. And at one point they actually invited me as a special guest, and well, like, we pretty much just had a blast. We let loose. We had a lot of fun. And like, even though yes, it is a radio show, it already passed, they still actually have there is actually the archives of me appearing in that show on their website. So if you go in the description, you can actually go and check it out. So this is just a major shout out to Jody and Scott. I just want to say thank you guys so much for inviting me over, and hopefully we could do it again sometime. And you know, this is actually a funny thing to mention. It's like, oh cool, I was a special guest on a radio show. Like, I actually appeared on radio. How fun is that? So I absolutely had a blast, and go listen to the Jody and Scott Show. They are definitely a lot of fun. If you want to lift your spirits up, if you want to have fun, then definitely go check them out right there. And I guess that is pretty much it for all the updates that I got so far for this video. And it is time that we go and move on to the Q&A. So if you guys don't know, every time I do an update vlog like this, I answer 5 questions, whether it be from the comments section, or rather they come from not just the comment section on Facebook, Twitter, or wherever. If you have an interesting question for me to ask, then like, there could be a chance I'll answer it here. If not, well then, better luck next time. So let's go and start things off, and we will go right here. And this is going to be from Isaiah Vargas, and he asked, "Hey Matt, I just wanted to know, what are your thoughts on the 2015 Goosebumps movie?" Well, believe it or not, I actually did watch it, and like, I'm sure some people would like to see me do a review, so this is just my quick thoughts on it. I will say that, honestly, I am very mixed about it. Like, let's take away the Sony Pictures Animation name out of the way, and I would say there really is an interesting mix of really good things in here, but simultaneously a lot of really bad things in here. In terms of the good stuff, whatever it is related to Goosebumps itself, I would say it's absolutely fantastic. The characters are really likable. Jack Black is the real highlight actor in this, especially like as his role as what was it, R.L. Stein and Slappy. That's just hilarious. Every time the monsters come up, like they're creative, it's action-packed, and they really do make the movie exciting. But in terms of the bad stuff, they really are cringeworthy. The characters that are not related to the books, like, they're, like, honestly, they just feel annoying. They're so poorly written. The story about them is very poorly written as well, and also poorly executed. Even the actors are just annoying. Like, they're just, like, these are just dumb old tropes. Like the sensation that I get for these characters, like, that's where the Sony Pictures Animation name comes in, is that a lot of the bad stuff that would come with that name actually do appear in here. So in terms of the writing, that doesn't include that. Like, honestly, the first 30 minutes of the film is nothing but a waste of time. It is so poorly executed, it is so poorly acted, everything is so poorly done that it's not all that great. And honestly, like, it really needed that. So overall, I would say it really is a mix. And if I would watch it again, I would only watch it in parts. Just give me the parts where, like, the goosebumps actually do come in so that I can actually have a good time. But other than that, it really is a mix. So anyways, let me just take that here and just put it right there. Alright, so anyways, let's move on to the next question that we have, and this is going to be coming from Jack Whitty, and he asked, Animat, are you a massive fan of Mario and grew up with the franchise? That I will say, yes, absolutely, I am. Since I am a huge Nintendo fan all my life, I have grown up with a lot of the Mario games ever since the very beginning. Like, I even played a lot of the original Mario on the NES, and not too long ago, actually, like, I make sure that I am a completionist, and, like, this can often happen with Mario games, because, like, they're really a lot of fun to play, and I actually just finished 100% on New Super Mario Bros. U. Like, I just pretty much completed everything. I got all the 5 stars, I finished all the levels. Like, pretty much, I am fully done with that game 100%. So, and especially, like, a lot of my favorite games are Mario games as well. Especially, I love the Super Mario Galaxy games. They're just wonderful. I love them. So, yes, I would definitely say that I am a Mario fan. Alright, so moving on to the next question right here. So we're gonna go right here, going from oh my god. Wow, this is a real name. I will shower you with cream coconut pies. And, oh wow, this is another question. Okay, yeah, this is another video game question. Hey Animat, do you like Super Smash Brothers? Absolutely. Like Mario, I've pretty much grown up with Super Smash. Like, I've been playing it since the 64 days. I absolutely adore it, and honestly, like, I've been grown to play, like, very, very well at it. I would say, like, some of my best characters, like, they would be... Honestly, my best character is hands down Kirby, but I am good with other characters as well. Like, I've actually played with King Dedede so much to the point that I've actually become good. Like beforehand, I would just play Dedede for fun, like, just to, you know, like, as jokes with my friends, but then, like, things got a bit serious, and I knew, like, I developed skills to actually play with King Dedede. And the thing is, like, with that character, like, he can certainly, like, he has a really good defense, and a really good offense at the same time. Like, even though he can be slow, but, like, once you know how to use him, and once you get hit by Dedede, you're pretty much screwed. Other characters I could try to think of, like, I am also good with Game & Watch, I would say, but, other characters I do like to play as well. I'm trying to think right now. Like, some of the new characters also, like, I'm trying to think, like, well, Lucina is easy to use, but I don't know. Honestly, like, overall, I would say that's pretty much all the that's pretty much all the characters I would say that I'm good at. And also, I just want to mention as well that I am completely done with both Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS and the Wii U. Like, I pretty much... I completed everything and I got it 100%. I even did, like, the hardest challenge of them all, which was, clear 9, what was it? Clear, oh yeah, you gotta clear classic mode at the hardest difficulty without losing any lives, I managed to do that with Kirby. And honestly, I felt like that was such a proud achievement. And like, it was one of those moments that I feel like I can do anything in life. But yeah, I would say absolutely I am a huge fan of Super Smash Bros. Alright, so maybe like we can avoid a bit of the video game questions and let's move on to another question. Maybe it'll be related to movies or something like that, I don't know. But we will say, this is going to be coming from Grant Scarborough, and he asks, "Hey Animat, what are your thoughts on Gmod Animations and Valve's Source Filmmaker?" Well, honestly, there used to be a little bit of a moment that I used to watch a lot of Gmod Animations, like, just for fun, because a lot of it, they come out with such weird and interesting results, especially with the Valve characters. Like, when you hear, the greatest example is probably Putis or Penis Cupcake. Like, those are the weird examples. Like, they can make some really interesting and great videos, like, often really random in the levels of YouTube poops. But I would say Source Filmmaker, it is definitely an interesting, it is an interesting software, and, you know, it's actually a great idea. Like, if you are interested in animation, then I highly recommend that you go and, you know, play around with Source Filmmaker, because it is an interesting software for you to actually create your own animations and stuff like that. I will say, however, like, it is a bit disappointing that you can only use that on Windows, because as you can see here, I am a Mac user and I can't really use it myself. But yeah, like, this is definitely something that I would recommend for aspiring animators. Like, if you want to, like, put your hands onto character animation, then that's a really, you know, that's a good source to really practice yourself with. So, you know, like, you can use that and train yourself to know how to execute great computer animation before you can actually go into the real stuff like 3ds Max or ZBrush or Blender or any of those software. So it is a good training ground. So I do recommend that for aspiring animators. So, alright, with that said, we got one more question left, and we are going to make a good use out of this. Hold on a sec. Now, let's see what we got here. This is going to be coming from, on Twitter, Ben Growrich, and he asks, if you have a chance to cross over with Linkara, what would you guys review? Well, honestly, that would be very interesting, and it would be such an honor if I could do a crossover episode with Linkara. But I would say, if I would do a crossover episode, maybe, like, considering, like, the dude is more into comics, well, like, it's going to be one of two things. It's either, one, like, if I would do a comic, like, I would like to do one that is Disney related, because there have been a lot of Disney comics out there, but what would actually be really cool, I would like to do, would be probably a part of the Disney Kingdoms. Some, like, a comic that would be based on the Disney Kingdoms, especially if it's something like, if it's like the Figment Comics, Museum of the Weird, and, and also coming soon, there's gonna be an Enchanted Tiki Room comic. So any of those, that would actually be awesome to do. Either that, or, like, we can look into, like, probably an animated film, like, that is based on a comic. Most likely something that is from, you know, something that is, like, from the direct-to-DVD ones. I would say something that is associated with a comic, like either Batman Year One, The Dark Knight Rises, or, like, even the upcoming The Killing Joke, which, honestly, I actually bought into the hype down to the point that I even bought the comic. So even I am pretty excited to see what they're going to do with that. So if I do get a chance with Linkara, it's either one of those two. Either an animated adaptation of a Batman comic, that, or one of the Disney Kingdoms comics. So that would be my answer. But anyways, that is pretty much going to be it with this one. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and keep an eye out for more great videos to come. Again, like I said, coming soon, there is going to be animation look back Looney Tunes, and I have stated that there could be a possibility it'll be out sometime maybe in September or on October, so just keep an eye out. But don't worry, in between there will be a lot of great videos to come, like a lot of great reviews that I have planned for you guys. But anyways, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and also don't forget, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and if you guys would like to support my work, and if you want to get some awesome rewards at the same time, then you can also support me on patreon.com/animat. And with all that said and done, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see you later, dudes!